News on WAVE FM 91.7 Port Harcourt. I am Excel Uwaezuoke. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has said that Nigeria's crude oil production rose from a historic low of 960,000 barrels per day in 2022 to an average of 1.71 million barrels per day. NNPCL says with a peak of 1.84 million barrels per day in 2025 follows intensified pipeline security measures in the Niger Delta. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the company, Bashir Bayo-Julari, disclosed this at the Parliamentary Roundtable on the State of Pipeline Security held at the National Assembly in Abuja. According to a statement by the NNPC spokesman, Andy Ode, Julari maintained that the rise in production involved deliberate efforts by the government to secure oil pipelines. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals has slashed the ex-country price of the premium motor spirit to 1,200 naira per litre, reversing its earlier increase amid a sharp drop in global crude oil prices triggered by geopolitical developments. The latest adjustment represents a 75 naira reduction from the previous price of about 1,275 naira per litre, which the refinery had implemented in response to rising international oil prices and supply concerns. An official noted that the price cut followed a significant decline in crude benchmarks after US President Donald Trump announced a conditional 2-week ceasefire arrangement with Iran, easing fears of supply disruptions in the Middle East. The Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Independent System Operator, Abdu Bello, has said Nigeria's power sector was losing between 5 billion naira and 8 billion naira monthly to transmission inefficiencies. He further revealed that targeted interventions by the operator have begun to cut losses and improve grid stability. Bello made this known during the organization's first anniversary celebration held at its headquarters in Otako, Abuja, where he presented a detailed scorecard of reforms and operational milestones recorded since its establishment. Speaking on one of the most pressing challenges inherited by the operator, Bello said the transmission loss factor at inception was alarmingly high, with severe financial implications for the power sector. On the foreign and global oil prices rose in Asian morning trade on Thursday as investors watched development in the fragile US-Iran ceasefire. The conditional 2-week ceasefire has been tested after Israel launched a wave of deadly strikes on Lebanon, prompting Tehran to warn of a regret-inducing response if the attacks continue. Oil prices plunged yesterday after the announcement of the agreement that includes the reopening of the key Strait of Hormuz waterway. On the foreign exchange market, one US dollar traded for 1,430 naira at the parallel market, while the British pound sterling for 1,920 naira. Meanwhile, 1 euro traded 1,603 naira at the same platform. Moving on to the crude oil market, a barrel of Brent crude similar to Nigeria's Bonny Light traded for $90.50, an increase of 77 cents and 2.8%. Similarly, the West Texas Intermediate for $98.06, an increase of 65 cents or an appreciation of 3.7%. And that's business news on Daybreak Nigeria this morning, compiled by Ayo Odungaru. You can also listen to us on WaveFM917.com. For pictures and stories of the news, follow us on Facebook and X at 917 Wave FM, and that's Wave917FM on Instagram and Threads. Remember, Nigeria is our only country. We should join hands to make it great. I am Excel Uwaezuoke. Good morning, and thank you for listening.